You'd think after doing videos for like, surely it's not 2 years. I think I started in November, so it would have been in 3 months. It will be 2 years. But alas, I don't. I've still never found the perfect setup for it, which is kind of annoying. At the moment, I've literally just got a couple of books and I'm resting on a candle, which is so super profesh. I used to do all of my videos in my conservatory because it has the best background, it has the bookshelf, but I find that hard to record in sometimes because we live right by a train track. What do you call it? It's like really loud, especially if it's hot, because it gets hot in the conservatory because it's like a greenhouse. You open the door and you can just hear the trains go through, and so I have to stop like every 5 seconds to let the train go past, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. And also it's just faff because you have the tripod and you got to set that up and that. I just feel like it's more faff, and it feels really formal as well. Like this, I feel like I can just talk normally because I'm just sat on my bed, but I feel like in the conservatory it feels very, I don't know, like I'm standing up, I'm presenting, whereas this feels a lot more chill. But equally my room, got my dog in it, but my room, I just feel like, I don't know, it's not very, I'm just filming in my room, do you know what I mean? It's not very professional. So I definitely want to sort out a good background. I keep yawning, I'm so tired. Today I'm basically just doing a YouTube day. It's bank holiday. It's bank holiday, it's a Monday. So I'd be working from home normally today, but it's bank holiday, so I'm not working. So I'm doing my other job, which is YouTube. So I'm filming a couple of videos, and then I've got, after that I would have so much content that I actually need to edit and do some thumbnails for and schedule some tweets for. Yeah, it's taken a bit of a backseat, which is a shame. I was speaking to someone about this at work. how it's taken a bit of a backseat at the moment, which is a shame because it's something I enjoy and it's kind of like a hobby, and I want to experiment with different videos as well, which is something that I've been thinking about. Equally, like, I've just been busy at work and I've had a life. I think that I found it a lot easier in lockdown because we had so much time and I was at home all the time and there was no rush to do anything. I could literally just spend half an hour on makeup, get myself all dressed nice, film a video for like 3 hours, and it was fine. Whereas now I feel like it's not like it's a chore, but it definitely feels like it's more time consuming now because I'm kind of competing with other things that want, like, other things are competing with my time. Competing for my time. Oh, other things are competing for my time. Is that how you say it? Yeah, today is kind of just my YouTube day, which would normally be like a Saturday. I used to just spend all day Saturday doing YouTube stuff, but again, I have a life. I'm gonna edit some videos. I don't love the editing, I'll be honest. The filming, I don't know, is the filming the best part? I don't know. The editing is very tedious and boring. It's probably because I don't do anything like spectacular with my editing, as opposed to someone like Tia Leone Zanetti. She does videos on like vlogs, clothes hauls, etc. But she edits really well and it makes it funny. But I don't have time to teach myself more of that and do that. All the effort, all the energy. My energy levels, if you can't tell, are flagging lately. It's literally like 2 o'clock now and it's taken me this long to actually just sit in front of a camera. So yeah, I was going to say about the video content. So obviously at the moment my channel is predominantly publishing based, and I've kind of just got to that point where I'm like, there's only so much content I can produce within this industry and within this sphere. I've kind of just experimented just with my thoughts, the idea of doing different videos. I don't know how that will go. Because I feel like I've got my niche now, I've got like my target audience. The people that are subscribed are people that want to get into the industry or interested in publishing, that sort of thing. But basically my idea was to start interviewing people from across different industries as well. I really like chatting to people. I really like chatting to people about their jobs. I find it really, really interesting. I went to an event this week for a book launch, and it was just so much fun. I feel like I just really thrived. So I had 2 events this week. I've had a festival, and I've had, not a festival, like a book festival, children's literature festival, and I've had a book launch. And I came home and I just said to my family, I was like, this is where I thrive, and events like that and talking to people. And I was talking to someone there, and we'll talk about what we do. We were both saying that we're so interested in what other people do. Like, there are literally so many millions of jobs out there that you don't know exist. And I feel like, I don't know, I've just not seen something like that before. I feel like if there are interviews about people's jobs, it's always, like my channel, it's just about publishing. It's very within that niche, within that industry. Whereas I think I would have liked that in school as well, to have something or have video footage that's more accessible and that's just sort of like easier to watch than look at textbooks on the jobs available. So my initial thought was to stay within the media industry. I studied media, journalism, radio, etc. at college, and I've still always had a passion for that. So I'd love to interview people from like TV. I think that would be so interesting. And I think again with that, there's probably so many misconceptions. Like, I don't know what they do in TV. And obviously there's so many parts to it that I just think it'll be great to talk to some people about that and kind of demystify some of that as well. And then again, like going to things like radio or journalism, ask people about that, because in publicity, which is the department I work in, I work with press, I work with national newspapers and magazines and that sort of thing, and I have no idea how it all works their end. So more for my interest as well, I guess. The interviews that I do for my channel now are pre-recorded, in that I find some people, I ask them to come on my channel, but I send them a list of questions and basically get them to record it themselves. That was because of lockdown, that was an ease thing. Loads of people ask me, would you change it now? Would you do them like asking your questions? And it does honestly take up so much more time, because we have to schedule a time in, I have to run through say like an hour interview with them, half an hour even, and then I have to go back and I have to edit it all and find the best bits, whereas I feel like, I don't know, there's something more exciting as well when I get the videos through from my interviews and just hearing it for the first time. It's like I'm watching it for the first time as well, so I can imagine what it's like for the viewer. Yeah, I think that people sometimes feel more comfortable like in their own homes like this. I said to them in the brief, you know, you can record it a few times, I can delete certain things. So I think that there's that kind of flexibility, whereas in an interview it's quite, you know, it's all or nothing. Having said that, I think that I would have too many questions, and questions that come up unplanned, that I'd want to do these extra interviews in person or on Zoom or something like that, where I'm kind of involved. And it's probably more appealing as well, and probably more attractive for viewers, as opposed to just one person speaking to the camera like I'm doing now. Because who knows who's watching this now? Probably no one. And that's the thing, I'm like, my views have gone down. I don't know if that's because everyone's got a job in publishing now, so they don't need my help, which is great. But obviously for my channel, that means that I'm not getting anything and you're not getting anything. I'm putting out videos and I have no idea if they're used to anyone. It's always been that way, and that's the way that YouTube works, in that people don't comment as much, fine. But I don't know, I just feel like I've got this platform now, and I could definitely still do my videos on publishing for TikTok, which is, you know, my videos I've done on there before. I've got my Instagram, I've got my Twitter. I'm very active on all social medias, I guess, and I just think this is a platform for longer form video. What can I do with that? As you may have seen, I've started doing a lot more vlogs recently as well, because I find them fun to film and I find them fun to look back on, and they're a pain in the ass to edit, but I feel like they're quite rewarding at the end as well, and it's more memories for me. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know where it will go, because I also think, as much as I want to, I may not be in publishing forever, and then once I leave, my channel doesn't have any substance anymore, it doesn't have any relevance anymore, and I don't want it to just stop, and I wouldn't want to start a new one when I've gained all the subscribers and the views and the monetization that I have. So yeah, I don't know, this is kind of me just being very open, very honest about the channel's direction. I would genuinely love to hear from anyone, if you are watching this, what you watch my videos for, what makes you click on them, if you're interested in publishing, if that's the reason you came to it, if you'd have objections to me doing other videos as well. I think it's just so hard, because I feel like almost a pressure to keep up with the publishing content, because that's what I'm sort of known for, if you like, as gross as that is, and that's what people expect from my channel. And I feel sometimes I don't want to go out and I don't want to be too personable. It should just be very like work, it should be very professional. But actually I am a person, and this is my channel, and it's got my name attached to it and my brand. And so it's things like when I put out my skiing vlog, a totally different vibe to my normal videos, and it got so many views, and fair enough, it might not be from my sort of like audience normally, but it's like people are obviously interested in that, whether or not that's my audience or not. And again, like in a selfish way, it was fun for me to record. I don't know, I might test some things, so watch this space. Equally, if you think absolutely not, do not do that, then comment here, message me, Twitter, whatever. Because I don't know, I've just been having a bit of a rethink, and I think I might have to switch some things up. This was just a bit of a rambly video, to be honest. I just finished filming a video and then I just clicked record again. I was like, why did I click record? And I was like, fine, you know what, we'll just chat. I've got Groot here. Groot can tell me what to do. I guess that's all I have to say.